And we are going to kick this off. So I'm super excited to show you guys my process for working with my leads. A lot of the times when it comes to this business, because of how this business is ran, the day-to-day operations, if you're not tracking your progress, if you're not acting as your own boss and treating this like a job, what's going to happen is you're going to get paid the same income. Who's not muted? Let me mute everybody. You're going to get paid the same income as somebody who is as a hobby. You're going to get paid as the same income as somebody who is treating this like a hobby, right? And the difference between your success and your failure is how well you have kept your list. The reason why Josh is a monster when it comes to this business is because not only does he have a big list of people that he's spoken to, his list is organized. He knows where they're at in the process. He understands what they've been through, whether it's what they've done for work or maybe what videos they saw, what motivated them, inspired them about the positioning of the company, the business. Right. So the better you are able to keep your list, this is where you're going to allow your lead flow to turn from leads into sales, and it'll happen in a seamless process. So first and foremost, what I want to show you guys is an app that I use. It's called Asana. It's a project management app, and I use it to track my leads. Right. I'm going to just show you guys the framework. This is something that you guys can adopt, whether you guys use Asana or not. This is something that you guys should be having on pen and paper. Josh will also go over stuff that he does on pen and paper. But what I want to do is just pull this out for you guys so you guys can see what is going on the back end. Okay, so let me just share my screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Give me thumbs up. Okay, solid. So this right here is Asana, okay? Like I said, project management board. It gives you the opportunity to add people. You can have multiple people on a project. You can see everything that's going on within the project. Very similar to other project management apps out there. I think Monday, there's also another well-known one that people use. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But it's very similar. What you're able to do is you're able to create a board. And with that board, you're essentially able to do a bunch of different things. So what I've done here is I have different categories for my business, right? For my leads that have come in. Leads that have come in, what month they came in, right? Where they came in from, how far along the process they've gone through, right? So if they're in the messaging sequence, where are they at in the messaging sequence, right? Have I sent them videos? If I've sent them videos from there, I then throw them into the follow-up process. Once they've been in the follow-up process, then it's okay, let's talk about what they need, what information do they need in order for them to purchase their machine, right? So then we talk about Metacard, and then from there, it's about the close, right? As you know, just because you submitted Metacard doesn't necessarily mean that the deal is officially in. There's still some things that need to happen to make sure that that Metacard process is full and it's streamless and streamlined. So I have that all documented. And then from there, once the sale is done, they go into the done folder, right? So this does need to be updated a little bit, but this is my process, right? And the reason why I do this is because I don't want to rely on my mind, right? I want to be able to wake up and operate my business, right? So regardless of what's going on, regardless of what happens in my day, I know my business is organized. I can show up, find who needs to be spoken to, and give them the information that they need. If it's people that haven't been through my messaging process, I can then essentially walk them through the messaging process, right? So let me give you guys an example of somebody who has been through the type of information that I look for. So let's see. Let's go over this way. Okay, so basic information that essentially I look for when it comes to my leads. Number one, I have tags as to where they came from, whether from Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, right? This just recalls my memory so I can go back right into the conversation. I don't have to think about it, right? I also keep some notes. So for example, this person, Charles, he hasn't purchased his machine. As you can see, he's in the follow-up process. I have his name, right? I would get his email so that I can send him some information, what country he's in, right? And then what did he opt into? What actually qualifies him as a lead? Did he see a post that I liked? I use my group as a lead magnet, so I have my group there, right? If they came from a post that you created in on a different platform, maybe you're using LinkedIn, maybe you're using a Facebook group, what you want to do is you want to get specific. They came from this Facebook group. This allows you to be organized, right? From there, if there's any social media handles that you need to have, you want to add that in there, and then some notes, right? So it'll be things like where they're from, what they do for work, right? What's their process, why they decided to opt in, what exactly is going on in their life that has them wanting to have a new business, right? To start up with this opportunity. And then from there, what are their pain points, right? So this allows you to stay super organized. This allows you to stay on top of everybody that reaches out. You don't got to think about it. Somebody says, yo, I want more information on the water. Awesome. I'll send you some information. First thing you do, you throw them on your CRM, right? Because you don't know, 3 months down the road, you've forgotten about who they are. You've forgotten that they reached out. You can go back, see them on your list, then take them down through the process, right? So a lot of the times when you see the production, whether it's from Josh or from us or from other high leaders within the company, when we're able to consistently put in sales, it's because of this process. We have this process dialed down to a T. We know, okay, this person's not ready today. Let me put them on my follow-up list for Sunday. So Sunday comes, everybody who's on my follow-up list is going to get a message from me. And then from there, those people who respond, I then take them through the process. The next step, Metacard. The next step, making sure that machine is closed, right? So Asana is just one app that you can leverage. Again, there are multiple different apps that are out there, right? So my list, this is my list. This is how I keep things organized. I know, Josh, you're going to share a little bit about your stuff, but this is just an easy way for you to track everybody who's been through your process, right? I'll be sharing this with you guys as well, so you guys will be able to have access to this as a template. And then if you guys want to use Excel, Excel on Google Drive is a phenomenal tool. This will give you the ability to share it with your uplines so that you and your uplines can be in tune and on the same page. We know all your leads that are coming in, where they're at in the process, as well as what needs to happen next in order for them to get to the close. So if you want to start there, we'll also be creating an Excel Google Sheets that you'll be able to use and download as a template. And then we will automatically be shared on those documents. So then you'll just be able to, we'll be able to go through that process with your leads over the course of these 90-day blitz. 100%. So Mr. Quay, you have anything to add?
Yeah, appreciate you, Nee. That was awesome. I would just add that it's all about the daily process or the daily activities that you have. And so what I kind of do is with my leads, I write my leads down. It just works better for me. I mean, obviously you guys can use different apps and put them on your computer. Some people put them on their phone, but for me, I like to physically write them down on a white sheet of paper. It just, I don't know, I'm old school. It just works for me. And then I slowly funnel the leads, starting with the highest priority first. So people that are ready to go, people that are super interested, I focus on them, put them in, and then there's going to be some on there that are interested, but it's not maybe the right time. They kind of slowly get funneled in after. And then I actually started to not even put people that are, if people don't show any real interest at all, they don't even go on the list. It's basically people that are kind of interested and people that are ready to go right away. And then slowly I just kind of funnel them in. And then I'm adding newer people as well to the list. So the list is constantly changing as I go along. And then slowly but surely, I'm basically ticking people off the list because they're buying, right? So that's one of the things that I do maybe every other day or every couple of days. Another thing that works as well is if your list is massive, maybe you have 20 people or 30 people. I send a lot of the same messages to all of them at once. So I say, I'm going to use an hour, or I'm going to use 30 minutes, or I'm going to use 20 minutes to do some messaging. I mass message the people on my list, the people that are in highest priority first, and then the rest. Same message, And then I'm basically done for that. And then I engage with newer leads. Leads that are hot, I add them to the list. I do that for about an hour each time. And it just keeps me in engagement. There's always people that are ready to buy. There's always a flow of leads in and a flow of leads out into the business. I think that really helps me just keep everything on track. Because sometimes you have so many people that you're talking to, and if they're not in a list, if they're not categorized and organized, because some people might go through, might be down, they're ready to buy. Now you're walking them through the Medicard process. Nii, I saw on your thing, you have people that have maybe opted into Medicard, or people that have paperwork. You can kind of break it down like that. That way you're slowly but surely just getting everyone in. Mm-hmm. So that's basically kind of what I would add to that. Nothing too fancy. It's just more about being organized. At the end of the day, if you're organized, there's a lot of clarity in your mind. It's like almost like being in a clean house versus a dirty house. You will get a lot more done if your house is clean and organized than if your house was all over the place. It's just that basic and that logical. So yeah, I would say have your list in whatever capacity that feels better for you naturally, and then set aside 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it is. You can send people a mass message and then just kind of keep track that way. And then you also have people that will book calls with us. You should take note of that on your list. Don't just send people to book calls with us and then forget about them, because there probably will have to be some follow-up or something like that. So you want to just be super organized in that regard.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, any questions about your list, the process of your list, who should be added to your list, anything in that regard?
Questions, guys.
You can type them in the chat or unmute.
Yeah.
And then what we'll dive into next is talk about the scripts and then how they intertwine with your groups, creating content for your groups, and then also dealing with leads as well, how to use the scripts with conversations, because there's been some questions that have come up with that as well.
Nii, did we want to talk also about, because I know you mentioned, should we talk about the setups, like the trifecta setups, quad setups, or should we just leave that for a separate call? What do you think?
No, we're going to talk about that, but that'll be more, that's how we'll end it. We'll end it with the trifectas and the quads.
Okay, cool. Because I know a lot of people have some questions with that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay, so if there's no questions with the... Oh, there's a question.
Oh, I think...
write them down, 100%. Yeah, definitely. I would recommend if you can get a notebook specifically for your leads, then that way you know that you have that magic black book that you can go to and print money out of no matter what. Right. So awesome.
I just want to say I do both. So I write mines down, but I also have a process with the Excel spreadsheet where I could share it to my other tablets and things like that. So if I'm out and about, I can be able to pull that information up if I don't have the physical notebook with me. So I think both processes work good for me.
Definitely.
Right on.
Definitely. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. Let's dive into the groups, how to create engagement in your groups. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. And then, Josh, you can also maybe pull up some of the conversations with the script and then show some posts that we've done in the scripts that they can just literally use. But I'll give you guys some examples that I believe, they work really well when it comes to generating leads. I have people reaching out to me from multiple different groups. So this right here is a closers group here. Let me just go back so you guys can kind of see what's going on. So cold callers and closers, right? So as you know, we teach you guys to go into different Facebook groups, go into different communities, people who would be interested in this opportunity, either for the business or for the product, right? So this right here is a group that I joined a little while back. And every time I join a group, I've gotten into the routine of doing one of two things, right? So first and foremost, what I do is I always introduce myself to the group, right? So again, shout out Kim, you've done an amazing job with this. Every time I see your engagement going through the roof because you're out there introducing yourself on social media, you're not assuming people know who you are. And this allows your likability to go up so people will reach out to you and engage with you. So again, shout out, you've been crushing it. So this is an example of a post that you can do if you're joining a new group, right? Regardless of whether it's product related or whether it's business related, this process works, right? What it does is it gets people knowing who you are, and it also gets your post and the algorithm working for you. Because the more people who like your post, engage with your post, the more people are going to see your post, right? So this is an example here of a post I made. It says, I have an incredible opportunity that allows you to earn up to 10K per transaction directly or indirectly. This is directly from our script, okay? So you guys will see, Jonathan, I see your hand raised. I'll definitely get to you, but let me just finish this. So the best part is you can work full-time or part-time at home or anywhere in the world. And we have a team of highly skilled professionals that do 95% of the work for you and effort for you. Now I don't know if this is going to be the right fit for you, but let me know if this is something that interests you, and I'll be happy to have a quick chat. Okay. So as you can see, there was 3 people that liked the post, but if you actually go to it, right, this was posted, I tested this 3 weeks ago, right? So people commented, interested, I'm interested, right? And through this process, there's more comments. Through this process, this is how you're able to generate leads, right? So it doesn't have to be anything over the top, anything brand new. You can literally repurpose the same content. This is what I do. I take this exact post and I'll post it in a bunch of different groups and I'll see who bites, right? And out of the people who reach out to me, I then go into conversations and then talk to them, right? So I leverage the script through the conversations as well. Now, this is another post that I've done. This was to do with the 6-day summer launch, right? So essentially, I leveraged this post early on my profile page, got a lot of buzz, and I said, you know what? Let me repurpose that same content and post it into this group, right? So here it is. I'm talking a little bit about our progress that we've made. Over the last 24 hours, I've had 17 hot buyers explode my inbox for more information on my high ticket offer, right? So you can see I'm painting a picture, right? Like I'm not directly telling people, hey, buy my stuff. Hey, I have an offer for you, but I'm letting them know, like, this is what I've been doing. Wow. Like I'm blown away at how fast our customer acquisition process is working. This is what's happened over the last 24 hours. And as you can see, most digital marketers face a problem hitting 10K per month. And it's because of lack of leads, right? And so when you can have hot buyers with their cash ready in hand that are looking for the exact opportunity you have to offer, this changes the game. We've hacked the system, right? It's never been a better time to leverage social media to earn an income. Stay tuned, right? So you can see there's no buy my product. I have a business that I'm offering. I'm not doing any of that, right? My marketing is subconscious. What I'm doing is I'm letting them know that I'm an authority figure, and this is a story that's happening in my journey right now, right? And so this is how you can leverage things that are going on in your day-to-day life. I have another example that I can pull up here of me posting the same content in a different group, right? So again, this is the exact same post. Somebody reached out and said, congratulations, let's go. That's a lead, right? I reach out to that person. I said, hey, listen, I saw you commented on my post. Thank you so much for the support. What's going on in your life right now? What is it that you do for work? Right? And we just boom, right into conversation. Are you also in digital marketing as well? We just get into conversation, right? All right. So that's how you can create content. Again, one thing that I do is I also introduce myself to the community. Right. So yes, you can pull from the scripts and repurpose those into the groups. Again, what I recommend is have a picture of yourself, right? It can be something scenic, something that people are going to want to look at. It shouldn't just be a photo of you in your kitchen. And if it is, right, make sure that it's a nice photo of you in your kitchen, right? Whatever it is that your story is going to be, right? So again, second thing that you can do, which I normally lead with, is an introduction into the group, right? So this is selfie style photo. What you want to do is you want to first and foremost just address the community, right? So obviously, I can't remember this guy's name off the top of my head, but his community is called Freedom Fighters. All his posts are, hey, Freedom Fighters. So what did I say? Yo, what's poppin', Freedom Fighters? I'm addressing them with language that they're familiar with, letting know that I'm a part of their community. I know what's going on, right? So I'm happy to be here. I discovered this group through my research in the marketplace. Good stuff. Looks like a fun group here, and I'm looking forward to contributing. And then I give a little bit more about my backstory. So I've been doing affiliate marketing for the past 4 years, and now it's my lifeline, yada, yada, yada. My daughter, instead of working 2 dead-end jobs, it's just your story. You go into your story, right? So now with that, look at this. You're going to get engagement. These are all leads, right? People that like your post. It's like, hey, I saw you liked my post that I posted in the group. Super excited to be about this community. How long have you been a part of this group for? Right into conversation. This is 13 new people that I wouldn't have had before, right? You go into the comments. The guy who runs the group himself reached out, said, hey, welcome, my guy, right? So this is this gives you the ability to reach no matter who it is that you are in contact with or whose group you're entering. This gives you the ability to reach new people, different calibers of people as well. Right. So those are just 2 examples. Quay, do you want to pull up some stuff that you have as well?
Yeah, let me see. Let's see. Can you actually, you have the script, Google Doc?
Yeah, I'll pull that up real quick.
Yeah, maybe just pull that up because I want to show people real quick, just to add a bit to what you just said. Of how easy it is to look at our Google Doc scripts and some of the stuff that we have and start to apply it right away. So if you go to the Google Doc, go to the script where we have, or maybe it's the other one where we have like the different groups. I think we touched on that. You can even go to the launch one where we have just the different groups that people can go to.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe pull that side by side with this. If you can pull that one up as well. Yeah, that way people, you guys can just see visually how simple it is. Someone that's new to the team or someone that's been on the team that wants to actually try and test this stuff out to see if it works, to see how simple it is to go get leads and then use our scripts to see what we kind of do. I'll pull up, I think two groups that I really like. And then I'll show you guys what I do on Facebook, for example. Also, while he's getting that ready, we have some new stuff that we're working on that we'll be showing you. You guys can start testing out different platforms where we're able to generate a lot of leads very, very fast. Yeah, I'm excited about that. But yeah, the bottom line is there's so many ways and platforms to get leads from. It's super, super easy and simple. I'll show you guys also my Facebook page. So maybe you got it, or should I can start with
yeah, I got it right here.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and at the end of the day, anything that's going to intrigue people, anything where people are going to be like, oh wow, this is kind of interesting. It doesn't even necessarily like on your page, for example. It could be lifestyle stuff. It could be maybe you went to a nice restaurant, you post about it. It could be, in my case, there was one example that I use all the time. I posted on a UFC fight. It doesn't necessarily need to be, business related per se, if it's on your personal page, for example, right? There's I just want to remove the fear or remove any kind of mental blocks that people might have. It's really hard to get leads. It really isn't. It's more so about applying the scripts and making it work. Okay, so on the left side, Facebook groups to join. So this is for some of you guys that are newer, or maybe you haven't attended any of our calls yet. These are really, really good groups that you can join. And then obviously, like Nee was saying, you can introduce yourself in there, or you could just even do some posts that will engage people there, right? So travel and lifestyle, MLM network marketing groups. And you can type this in the search, and I'll do that for you guys to see. I'm going to choose the 10x challenge. So you see the third one, entrepreneur groups like GoPro and 10x challenge. So I'm going to share my screen. So Nee, if you can give me control or make me the host or something, and then I will just share my screen and show you guys a few things. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. So the Facebook. So I know some people are super old school. They don't even know how to do this in Facebook. So I'm shooting this so that when they watch the video, or if they're on here live, you guys can see how easy it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna, my thing might be a little glitchy, but okay. So 10x, literally. I'm gonna go into the group and then 10x. There we go. Okay, so 10x challenge, right? This is a really good one. I think I like this one specifically because there's a lot of people that follow Grant Cardone are in business, marketing, sales. Grant Cardone actually publicly talks about Enagic and Kangen water and all that kind of stuff. So the tendency for people to already be familiarized with what we do is there, right? So basically coming into the group, right? Super easy. All you would do is make a post. And to make a post, you would go here. I'm on my computer. I don't usually use my computer, but right, you would literally go here, type something up. You could literally say something like, what's the number one skill you recommend literally people to have as, and I literally made this on the spot. I'm just giving you guys some, yeah. What's the number one skill, just for you guys to see how simple this is, you recommend people to have as entrepreneurs? And then you just put a question mark right there. Boom, send it, post, done. Just something to get engagement. Okay. Is someone asking a question?
I think.
Or maybe no. Okay.
I think you just got to go.
Oh, I just have to mute. Yeah. I can't even control it from here because I'm sharing screen. It's all good as long as it's quiet now. So stuff like that, right? Just to give you guys an example. Let me scroll down a little bit and see what we have. Who knows how to wholesale real estate in Canada? Like this. Someone had a funny selfie. But look, these are just people asking questions. Does anyone in here like to travel? That's an amazing engagement question. It doesn't have to be anything that's highly thought of or anything like that. I've closed quads, trifectas, decades on like engaging with people that liked or commented on a post about something that had nothing to do with business on my regular page. So it doesn't necessarily even need to be about business, right? I want you guys to get that in. It can be about anything that is interesting, that's engaging, a question. Look how many like likes on here, 86. And to be honest, guys, you could even go in here. You could go into those comments. I do this all the time. And there's leads in there. They're free. There's leads. You go and you can just add them to your page because they like to travel or they're interested in traveling. They're leads. They're people that we want to work with, right? They're just like us. So you could add them to your page and then engage with them, right? And you would run the script, right? We'll talk about that in a second, about the script and how I kind of do that. But yeah, just groups like this, you could go to the Go, there's another one on there. So for those of you new, super new, don't know what's going on, you watch this video and you can start practicing. You type in your group and then make sure you're added. Look how many people are in this group. These are all leads. They're interested in recruiting. They're interested in network marketing. They're interested in business. There's so many leads. You could go so you come in here and you could introduce yourself with a nice selfie thing and post, and people are gonna come just asking you what you do, or you could just ask questions like this: how long have you been in network marketing? Or you could just come in here and add some people. Go to the comments, add some people. Just make sure you're constantly building your network of leads, and you can do that with simple, free ways like that. Okay. Another thing that I do is the stories. Let me see if I can get to my page real quick. It's funny, I never do Facebook on my laptop, so it's a little bit different. Okay, so we're gonna go to my stories, but actually before we do that, let's go to my page for a second. So I want to show you guys kind of what I do. It's make sure your pages are you follow the protocol as far as setting up your page. It could be your personal page, or it could be another page that you create, whether it's business. It doesn't have to be a business. You can actually create another personal page just for business, where you're putting lifestyle and business posts, right? Make sure it's catchy. You can follow along. You can just basically watch our training on that and then come and look at our videos here, or look at our pages. But this I just put, when was this? Yesterday, right? So this is lead generator for sure, right? There's leads that liked and commented on there. Even just with the rank up stuff, I have leads all the time. So what you want to do is you want to share these posts, because right? Even if you're not tagging, you can just share it anyways. Make a small comment on it. You can say something like, super grateful to be part of this amazing opportunity that's changing so many people's lives on a daily basis. Exclamation marks, some fire emojis, whatever, just something to make it personable to you. Your network is going to see it. And guys, I'm slowly getting to 5,000 as well. 5,000 friends right here. I'm at 4,600. So I'm doing these things on a daily basis, or at least every other day, consistently. So there's always going to be leads, right? I just want to show you where I get my leads from. It's not anything magical. It's just straight. I get a lot of my leads from my page. That's why I post. I'm not posting just because I want to brag or just because I want to post. I'm posting because these are lead generators that cost me $0. Okay. Let's go to this real quick. I just wanted to show you that. And then, yeah, on stories. Stories is a really great way of attracting leads as well. You want to post stories based on health, like the product, health. You want to post stories on income, money, and then lifestyle, traveling, all that kind of stuff, time freedom, right? Working from home. People are really interested in that stuff. So here's a post that of the rank up. If you're not posting rank ups, you probably should start posting rank ups because they're attractive. People want to know what it's all about, what's going on. And look over here, 70 views. So not a lot of views. It depends. Sometimes I get a couple hundred, sometimes I get less. But what I do is I click on the post and I go to the views because I want to see. And thanks, Kim, for showing lots of love on the posts and the on the stories and stuff. But I go to my views. I go to my views and I see who's viewed it, right? I see who's viewed it. These, obviously there's people that you know and people that are already in the business, but then there's a lot of people that I don't know or that I know but are not in the business. So here's the psychology behind it. People usually will watch what they're kind of interested in or intrigued in. If I'm not intrigued in someone's life or their story or anything that's going on, I'm probably not going to be watching their stories, right? So there's all these leads here. I don't know a lot of these people. I don't know who they are, right? So I basically go there. I take a mental note of them. You could write them down. Those are leads. You go to the second post. So you want to probably post, when you do post, you probably want to post maybe 3 or 4 times if it's in a day. You spread it out, maybe an hour, 2 hours across, 3 hours across. And then you see people that have watched from start to finish. And those are people that are probably interested, or it won't be weird when you message them. Okay, so I go over here. I'm going to go to the end, my last post, which was a money post. Okay, so over here. So what I like to do is I go and I see people here that I've followed from start to finish, and I can ease this guy, Hart. Hart's actually someone that I spoke to a while ago, interested. He's watched my stories from start to finish. I can go message Hart, hey, how's it going? How you doing? What have you been up to? Right? I haven't closed him yet, but I can literally probably close him over the next day or two by messaging, right? So that's an easy way to close deals or get people. All you guys are really doing is referring people to us if you're not looking to close deals. There's so many people on here. So that's one of the ways, simple ways that you guys can also leverage to get a lot of traction. That I felt like I wanted to do that so that you can kind of see that it's not anything that's complex. It's very, very simple stuff that we do. Let me see what else. And then maybe let's go to the script. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Maybe you guys can ask any questions. Let's open it for questions, and then I'll talk about something that you guys can be using the scripts for when you engage with your leads, whether it's on like a business app or whether it's like in a chat on Facebook or something. You guys have any questions? I know that was kind of self-explanatory, but any
I think
questions?
Jonathan had his hand up.
Yeah, Jonathan, please ask the question.
So it was mostly about the group closer and cold caller. That group, like I did a post in it or a group like this. And yeah, I just got people from Philippines.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Sometimes, depending on the location of the people, yeah, the lead quality is not going to be the highest, right? So that's why you got to go through and you got to filter through who's actually engaging. But the beautiful thing is, even though you might get a lot of people from the Philippines commenting, what's going to happen is the algorithm is going to show your post to more people, and it's going to show that those people have said they're interested. Right. So the everyday Facebook user is not going to go in and check the profile and be like, let me see who this type of person is that said they're interested. You're just going to see your post and be like, whoa, this post is blowing up. Let me read it. And if it makes sense to them, then they're going to comment as well. So actually, one of the posts that I showed you guys, it was very similar. There was some people out in the Philippines, some people from India, and then I had like 3 or 4 people from one from Canada, and then 3 in the States as well.
That leads to another question. Once you know that someone is from Philippines or something like that, like what do you do?
That's an excellent question. So normally I'm really upfront with the investment, that this is going to be an investment because my post is very direct, right? So I'll take them through the process and I'll be like, okay, you're in the Philippines. That's awesome. We've dealt with a lot of people in the Philippines. The biggest hurdle for people is the finances. So how is your financial situation? What's going on in your life right now? And then that lets you get direct to it. If they're working a job, then you can kind of figure out the numbers. And then from there, determine whether they're in the ballpark of somebody who can afford the machine or not. Same thing with Africa, India, all of those. So those are my low priority leads. Those are the people that would be at the very end after I've gone through all the people that are in the tier 1, Canada, US, Australia, UK, right?
All right.
100%. That was a great question. I see Kim said, that's awesome. I have a travel business and this strategy actually works. Yeah, you'll find out that a lot of people, I mean, the industry, the whole network marketing industry, or even the entrepreneurship industry, it's a close knit one in the sense that some people end up doing multiple things, or we all have similarities. We all think very similar to some extent. Most entrepreneurs like to travel. Most entrepreneurs like nice things, lavish lifestyles. And so there's a connection there, and that usually leads to a relationship or leads to them ending up getting into whatever you have for them, right? The business or whatever. So a lot of times I see people going from, let's say, the travel thing, they travel a lot. An easy way to kind of like mesh the two would be when people travel, guess what? You probably have to buy bottled water wherever you go. And bottled water doesn't taste, depending on where you go. Like I've traveled a little bit. Sometimes it tastes really bad. There's the fact maybe the water situation there, you shower and all that kind of stuff, it's not really good. That's an easy way to, you can connect the dots that way. There's so many different things, right? That's just an example. But yeah, you'll find out that you'll be able to connect a lot of dots when you go into groups like we talked about. So, and even you could go into groups where people have similar interests as you. Like I'm a musician, I could go into music groups. I got a friend of mine, actually I met him through one of the platforms, Bumble Biz. He's a musician. We connected on music. He ended up buying 2 products, a K8 and an Espa. He was trying to get a quad. It just didn't work out. He would have gotten a quad. And that was literally from a music connection, even though he was on Bumble Biz, right? So You can connect. Some of you are into certain sports. Some of you are into riding bikes, motorcycles. It's just about connecting with people, and then it will be easy to kind of use the scripts to pull them in and show them what we have, right? And they'll be thanking you. Like this gentleman thinks, he's like, man, I showered in there Nespa. It's amazing. You know what I mean? It's amazing. He hasn't had any sales yet, but he's excited. He's drinking the water. Called me. He should be getting a check, and it's just a phenomenal way to grow your business on the business side of things. Any other questions? And then we'll go into I'll just briefly touch on some of the stuff I do to actually get the ball rolling with the leads. No questions. Okay, so everyone has it down. All right. Okay, Nee, can you share your screen real quick and then just pull up the script? That one, you can make the script slide the biggest one, and then
For sure.
just to kind of, we want to remove the blinds and just show you guys how I laugh. I obviously, Nee and I, we talk about this all the time, and some of you that are executing this and seeing how simple it is, it's actually really fun. It's gotten to the point where it's super, super fun, and you can take your time, no rush. You don't have to get overwhelmed or like have a negative mindset on it, because it really is simple. I just want to assure you, right, that it is very simple. Okay, so scroll down to the bottom one where it talks about sending that initial message to people that are in, right there. Yeah, right there. Maybe scroll up a little bit just so I can see the heading. Okay, stop right there. All right, so I just want to see maybe I scroll up a little bit more. There, right there. Okay. Yeah, so some of you are gonna apply this right away. Super easy. I just spoke to Carlos. He came over to my place and we talked about this because Carlos has had success. There's stuff going in his business, but again, it's all about knowing how to maximize your tools, right? Knowing how to use your tools to the best of your ability and the most effective way possible. So over here, attraction copyright for the different category lists, okay? I'm just gonna read. So when actively reaching out to your money motivated, warm or hot market network category, or when they reach out to you. So warm market are people that you know, hot market people that you know. These are some easy scripts. We've done it for you guys. You don't have to try and reinvent the light bulb. It's here. So I encourage you, take your time, go through the script and figure out where things are. And the more you play around with these scripts, you'll be like, oh, wow, there's everything here. I don't need to ever, it's just, I just send the list, right? Okay, so there's an amazing opportunity that I'm partnered with that's helping a lot of people make a lot of money online and offline. So you could use that with a friend, family member, business connection, coworker, like that works. You could use it over text, over the phone, it doesn't matter, in person. So if you're open to making $10,000 a month, hit me up. So this stuff also that you can put in your on your story. You could even put it on your page. You could even put a version of this in certain groups. With groups like the GoPro or the 10X, you want to obviously just keep it more generic. You don't want to have this, but this is for people that you kind of know a little bit better, right? So if you're open to making 10K a month, hit me up. There's a proven system where a team of highly skilled business builders can help you, and they do 95% of the work as well, so you don't have to. Okay, very simple. You make 100% of the money as if you were doing all the work yourself. They're super busy, but I can set you up on a call with them. And again, it's to see if it's the right fit for them, right? It's just to see if they would be interested. And then you can say, there's tomorrow work, there's this week work, get a specific time and have them book the call, right? Scroll down a little bit more. Yeah, another way you could end it is you could say, is tomorrow a bad time? Is tomorrow at 5 a bad time? Is Monday at 6 p.m. a bad time, right? Just kind of confirm a time from them, and then you can easily follow up with them. Next thing, when actively reaching out to cold market or warm market, generic script for people on business apps. So we have everything there in this document. So if you go on Bumble Biz, if you go on LinkedIn, if you go on Shaper, those are 3 really good business apps where I've closed lots of sales from, right? We have the opener script. We have it there. You can either use that word for word, which I strongly recommend, or you can tailor it, maybe make it sound a little bit more like you. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Hey, you mentioned their name, appreciate the connect. And this really works well for Bumble Biz. Another thing I'll talk about for Bumble Biz is there's gonna be different people on Bumble Biz, right? We talk about this actually in one of the earlier training videos that we have, that we send you. Definitely need to watch, but you don't wanna just message this to everyone on your Bumble Biz that you connect with. And I was telling Carlos, for example, and he already knew this, but if someone's a photographer and they're on Bumble Biz looking to build their lead list or whatever for their photography, you don't want to send that message to them, right? This is strictly for people that are in a network marketing company, they're doing business and sales and marketing of some sort, they're recruiting of some sort. This works and does wonders, right? So you say, I see you're looking for, and then you can talk about kind of what they are looking for. You go to their page, see, okay, make sure that, okay, this person's trying to recruit for some insurance thing, right? So you can say, oh, I see you're looking for sales and recruits for your insurance business, right? And then the next paragraph, I have an incredible opportunity that I think you would really benefit from that allows you to earn up to $10,000 per transaction directly or indirectly. Best part is you can work full-time, part-time, at home, anywhere in the world. And we have a team of highly skilled professionals that do 95%. That's a hook right there of the work and effort. Scroll down a little bit. Now, I don't know, this is all psychology. These scripts we didn't just make up these scripts. These are scripts that we've used over the last couple of years. And we've gotten from seminars where people spend thousands of dollars to get this information. We're giving it to you for free. Now, I don't know if this is the right fit for you, but let me know if this interests you and I'll be happy to have a quick chat. Super powerful. They're gonna say, I'm interested. They're gonna say, tell me more information, blah, 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 okay? Now, when that happens, there's different ways that you can go about it, but I like to get as much information from the prospect as possible. Right? So I would say something like, that's awesome. And then where are you located? What do you do for work? Right? So Nee, can you scroll out? Because we have that information.
Oh, the first part? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a question. So it's the name of the game, and we talk about this extensively in our other calls. This is just to put it all together. We want to show you kind of how to do that. And so you want as much information as far as like what they do for work, how long have they been doing it, where are they located? Because if they tell you I'm in the Philippines, then we have to. There needs to be some screening done. And then a big thing that I look for in network marketing with network marketers or people that are doing other businesses is, are they full time? Are you full time? You've been doing this business, or do you have another thing that you do? Because this is a hack here. There's a pain point for people that are doing a business but are not able to do it full time yet. So you're going to find a lot of people that are on there just trying to also recruit. The way to recruit a recruiter is you find out if they're doing it full time, right? Why they aren't doing it full time, because a lot of them aren't doing this full time. It doesn't matter the fact that you might have just started. If you use the psychology and you use the scripts, you'll be able to book calls, because that's the only thing you want to do is get them on calls with us, right? For those of you that have less experience, and then we'll handle everything else for you. So when you find out how that they're not full time, but have been doing it for a little bit or a long time, doesn't matter. You can ask them what their goals are, right? So those are all in the scripts. Tell me about your goals. See, this I didn't even look at the scripting. It's all in my head. But like, what are the goals and what are your desired monthly income? They're going to tell you, right? And then there's a few other questions, but at the end of it, you want to end in, well, if I could show you how to make the 5,000 that you want a month, the 10K that you want a month, or whatever it is that you want a month, would you be open to, and that's all in the scripts. And they're going to say, yes. Awesome. Let's book a call. It's Tuesday, 5 p.m. or whatever, right? And what you also can do is we have our schedules. So you can hit me up and say, Josh, I have a lead. They're interested. Can I have your schedule, your calendar, or whatever it is, and then we can talk about that. You don't have to respond right away. We talk about that. We get a nice date, nice time. You can literally hit them up and say, here's a calendar, book a time, or there's this time and day work. Done. Your work is done. That process, once you've mastered it, sometimes will take minutes. And it is a high 5-figure to 6-figure a year skill. Just that. Don't worry about closing. Don't worry about the presentation. Don't worry about any of that. We want to eliminate the hurdle for you because it will take you months to years to be a good closer. You don't need that skill to make 6 figures. You don't need that skill to make a lot of money in your business as you learn. Okay, so that's kind of the process. That's kind of what I personally do. And I know a lot of you now are starting to do. And people that had no sales ever in their business or weren't really crushing it are starting to crush it and are starting to succeed. And it's just a matter of practicing it and getting better and better as you go. You have people hitting you up all the time. You have closes. And then the next level is when you have a few people in your team that are doing the same thing. That's when the light bulb will go off in your head and you'll be like, wow, this thing is amazing. Mm-hmm. You have 5 people doing that, right? It just goes up from there. So that's basically my little spiel on some of the stuff that I do for leads and for setting up calls and for closing calls. Do you have any questions on that? Or did you want to add to that?
No, you definitely nailed it. We did have a question in there. Chantel was asking, what are some of the names of the apps that you can use
I
to connect with people?
Yeah. So obviously, definitely go into the Google Doc, Chantel. But Shaper, I'll type them here for everyone. Shaper is a good one. Bumble Biz is another one. LinkedIn is one that's really emerging. LinkedIn. Those 3 apps are really, really good. I would say Bumble Biz and LinkedIn, and then Shaper would be the 3rd one in that order. And then Facebook groups. Those are my personal favorite things to get leads. Facebook groups, like we mentioned, and then Bumble Biz and LinkedIn and Shaper. There's always going to be leads on there. And now all you need to do is go into the Google Docs, look at the script and say, oh, okay, so I'm on Bumble Biz. You scroll down, right? So I just send this spiel to them, boom, send the spiel, and then you start the conversation. It's okay if you make mistakes. It's fine. You can also hit up your uplines, right? Hit me up, and as you're going through the conversation, send a screenshot if you're not sure, oh, how do I respond to this? I'll tell you how to respond. Neil will tell you how to respond. Your upline will. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to don't worry if you don't know everything at once. It's okay. You will learn that process of the 5% of referring, and you'll be laughing. And then you will be able to teach it to people that jump in as well, right? So super simple.
I have a question about Bumble Biz.
Yeah.
I've been playing around with that more than Facebook and Facebook groups, and I've been getting some conversations going with that.
Okay.
But then there's those ones who don't get back to you, and obviously with Bumble Biz, the people disappear after like 28 or 48 hours or whatever, you know.
Yes.
So So would you only want to do the one main question and then maybe 8 hours later respond back if they don't respond back in 8 hours? Or would you just want to do one question, and if they don't respond back, they don't respond back? There's all these other people coming
Yeah.
up.
So, well, the first thing is you won't be able to even engage with anyone that doesn't match, right? So the fact that they match shows that they were really interested or looking for something. And then, yeah, you use that first. Again, though, you have to do a little bit of screening. Just make sure it's like I said, it's not that photographer looking to take pictures, right? They're not the kinds of people that you want. You want people that are in sales, business, marketing, entrepreneurship, right? Those are the kinds that you want. So once you've established that, then you send them that initial like introduction pitch. It gets right to the point. It eliminates, because trust me, people on there, they're trying to make, they just want to get paid. They're trying to make money. They're trying to connect the dots and go, whether it's going to be for personal stuff or whether it's going to be for business right away, right? So you can send that pitch to those kinds of people and they will respond. They will respond with either a, yeah, I'm curious, or more info. That pitch, I don't think that pitch has gotten a no, I'm not interested. I don't think so. I haven't heard any feedback from anyone that has said they use that pitch and the person was just like, no, not for me. Unless maybe it's someone that's not in those categories that I mentioned. So you would just send that. If you don't have a response back, right? Then I would wait at least a day or two and use the follow-up approach. If you don't have any response after that follow-up approach, then you can leave them. They're not really the kinds of people that you want, or maybe they're busy with something else. Maybe they're not on the app, and focus on people that respond, right? You can always come back to the people that don't, but yeah, you want to prioritize people that are responding, and that pitch will get responses. If you send it to 10 people, you're going to get at least, I would say 4 or 5 that are going to respond.
Okay, I was just curious, because I know with the whole 2 days, 2 or 3 days, you respond back if they don't respond to you, because the whole thing with it takes normally 8 to 12 responses to get a sale. But with Bumble Biz, like I said, the people, they disappear, whatever happens after 24 or 48 hours.
Yeah. So, and I'll tell you a little bit. So the way it's designed, ladies if you match with a lady, they have to message you first. That's just it's programmed in the algorithm. So don't worry about that. They would have to message you, so then you can respond, right? But for guys, you can send that pitch. That's actually something that with guys, you can send that direct pitch and they won't vanish after 24 hours or whatever. They'll always be there. But if they don't respond to you in like 24 hours or 2 days, you can send a follow-up approach message. And that's also in our scripts.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Awesome.
Great question. Bumble Biz is like fucking dating for business.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
But in a way, all these apps are like, LinkedIn is, I think you match with, LinkedIn you match as well, Shaper you match as well. So they're all like, you match, right? But it's just for business. Yeah.
Fuck, am I behind in the times or what?
Yeah. You're a little you're a little behind there, but no, it's all good. It's all about just applying the new information that you have, and you'll be blown away on there. You get on there and you start, there'll be leads. There's leads for days, people that are already looking for business, already involved in business.
So if you have questions on setup, because I know setting up your profile, definitely reach to Josh. Definitely reach out to me as well. We have a system that we use very similar to our Facebook profiles. That way, when people are swiping right on your profile, they know exactly what conversation they're going to be getting into. So they're not blindsided by you presenting an opportunity.
Yeah. Exactly.
Awesome. So real quick, Josh, should we just go over the trifecta and quad stuff and then wrap it, or do we want to save that? We're an hour in right now.
Yeah, I know we're an hour in. Maybe we can save that for the next training, go in detail in that, and then also talk about the comp plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we should do that. I see Natalie says here, you want to also move your leads from these apps to a platform that you use most. That is correct. Yeah. So Bumble, if you're on Bumble Biz engaging with your leads, LinkedIn, whatever it is, you can move them to Facebook if that's your most active platform where you have posts and different things where your profile is really, really good. I always do that because there's so many people on my profile. I've designed it a specific way. So I like to take my leads from the Bumble Biz and Shaper and the LinkedIn and all that stuff. And also what it's doing when you do that is you're slowly leading people down that line. Because if you ask someone to do something and they do it, they're probably more likely to do something else that you ask them to do. So if you're like, oh, let me add you on Facebook, it's a lot easier for me to keep track of people that I talk to on there because I'm more active. They jump on there. Then you can say, then when you ask them to watch a video, they'll probably be like, oh, okay, I'll watch the video. Right? Because you've asked them to do something else, right? The other thing it does is they see you in a different light as well. I call it bringing them into your world. So they see, oh, wow, this guy is a business person, like with a lot of engagement, or there's all these rank ups, or this is his lifestyle, his stories, because you can't do stories on Bumble Biz. So a lot of you might be on Bumble Biz and you're wondering like, why aren't these leads listening to me? They're not really, well, first of all, you have to use our scripts. Second of all, you need to just bring them into somewhere where you're super, super comfortable. Bring them into your world. Let them see a little bit more about you. They'll trust you more as well because they see a lot of engagement. So great stuff. Yeah. Okay, so Chantel said something.
Yeah.
Nee, you want to read that?
Yeah. Do you also have a connection list with people you connect with? Get their contact info and put them in a spreadsheet. Keep track of the people who you've connected with, and then go back and see if they said no, which is not right now, or how to keep organized. Yeah. So excellent question. I actually only track those people that have raised their hands and have said, yeah, I want information. Yeah. Those are the only people that I actively track. Everything else I let, whether it's my Facebook list, the like list, or my story list, I let that do the sifting and sorting for me. And then I go into the stories, I go into the people who've liked or commented, into the conversations on Bubble. And then from there, when somebody says, wow, that's interesting, tell me more, boom, they're on the lead list. Okay, now I know this person's a lot more.
Yeah. That's facts. And you'll find that if you do all the activities that we just mentioned, there'll always be leads. So you'll be more focused on, like Nee said, people that are interested, people that said yes, people that said they want more information. If there's ever a time where you don't have people to talk to at all, you can always go back to previous combos and look at the people that said no, right? You can look at it that way. Focus on the people that are interested and ready. It's called sorting, right? So I used to chase leads 1,000%, and I was decent at it. I would chase leads. I was decent at it. But then I learned that it's better to sort. It's a much better experience for you and the person. It works better. It's a lot more effective. It doesn't waste your time. You're going to be excited about the whole lead situation because you're focusing on people that said yes, or people that said, wow, Chantel, give me more information. Tara, give me more, like, right? You're focused on people that are quality, much better experience. And you'll never be that person that's nagging people, chasing them. No, you're the person that's winning because all these people are joining your business. And the people that are kind of on the fence, or even the people that said no to you before, because you just left them and focused on people that are ready, the no's are going to end up turning into yeses and chasing you if you do the sorting process. So you will be the attractor and not the person running after people, right?
I was like, you got me. Yeah, we'll definitely do a more in-depth training on going into your lists. Because if you can maneuver your list, like if you understand the process of your list, that is your business. Like your list is your business. The more full your list is, the more full your bank account is. The more your list is, the more scarce your bank account is in relation to a magic, right? So if you're able to put that out properly, it'll be night and day different.
Yeah, I have like I do my list old school on paper, and I pulled it up over here. I have one that I was showing Carlos, and yeah, I have all the people on this page are quality people, people that I know can buy, people that I know are either have a background or the whatever, but they're interested. So when I look at this list, I'm happy. That's another thing. You look at your list, whether it's on your Trello or your notebook or whatever it is, you will look at the list and you'll be like, wow, this is amazing. And then you just send the same copy paste to all of them, and you're gonna see slowly they're gonna begin buying. So I have my follow-up list with only people that I've sorted, and then I have my Medicard/financing list. And some of your leads are on my list. So imagine if you guys were doing this for yourselves, it would be insane. I'm actually closing someone for someone on the team. She's not on the call right now, but I'm closing someone. The person is wanting a quad because I ran the same play on the person. So you guys can do this exact same thing. It's super simple. And you'll be excited doing it. You never be the person chasing. People will be chasing you, and I don't know, you'll be crushing it. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you, that this is an amazing process that will make you tens of thousands of dollars, and you'll be at home, no stress, and nothing will even come out of your pockets. If you want to run ads later or at any point in time, absolutely run the ads, no problem. But you'll always have leads for $0. It's the craziest thing. Craziest thing. Yeah, Kim said don't chase, instead create a system to attract. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean, if there's anyone have any other questions? It looks like we've gone over our time slightly. Any questions, any final thoughts from you guys? Let us know. But if not, all the people chasing you has paid off. You have an awesome view. Thank you, Chantel. Yeah, I used to live in a basement suite, so to speak. So absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much, Tara, for jumping on, and thank you for that comment. I guess, yeah, if there's no further questions, appreciate you guys so much. And our training next week will be more on the compensation plan so that you guys understand it fully. It's so powerful. And then we're going to talk about the different packages so that you understand it again. This is something that I didn't understand for the longest time. It took me a while to figure it out. I wish I knew it earlier. So we'll do our very best to break it down in a simplistic manner so that you fully understand everything about the comp plan, but you will at least understand how you can quickly start generating 4A money, for example, right? 4A money, that's $1,360 a K8 and like $4,000 a quad. That's worth your time to say, you know what, I'm gonna put in 30 minutes a day so that I can make $4,000 in a week or more. Very well worth your time, because you're not gonna get paid that at your job, I guarantee you, right? So we'll talk about all that stuff and dive a little bit deeper, because we want you guys to be masters of the comp plan, or at least proficient in the comp plan by the time you are a 3A, right? Need you have any final words? And then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, keep up the amazing work. I know you guys have been working hard. For some of you guys are brand new. For some of you guys have been a part of the team in the trenches with us for quite some time. So keep up the good work. These 90 days is not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. You're going to all to step outside of your comfort zone. So as long as you're taking massive action, the results will come. And for those of you that have been running with us for some time, now is the time to put the pedal to the metal and go all out, because that's how your business is going to explode. Leverage this 90-day blitz to catapult you guys to new heights of freedom.
Awesome. All right. Let's get it, guys. Let's crush out the rest of this blitz. Let's change our lives. Let's transform everything for ourselves so we go into the new year laughing even harder. All right. We will see you on our next call, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Save the date. All right.
Amen. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.